Team Jane Kelly, we have a mission statement, and in our mission statement it says we're for family, for wealth, and for life. And that really pretty much sums it up. I've always dreamed of being a realtor. I knew I wanted to work with people and be in a people business, and I have always loved homes, and so I thought, real estate would be a really good fit for me. When I graduated from college, my first interview was with a very nice gentleman who told me that in order to be a realtor, I would have to have a much bigger car and have saved at least 6 months living expenses. Well, that wasn't possible for me at the time. It wasn't until 3 years later, when my husband and I purchased the old Gatlin's Boatyard in Gravois Mills, Missouri, and we moved to the lake, that I could see that my dream was going to be able to become a reality for me. It was at that time, helping him with the marina, that people would come in, they'd come in looking for a boat, but then they'd say, what we really want is a home at the Lake of the Ozarks. And so it was then that I realized, gosh, these people need my help. I need to help take care of them. Be able to combine my dream as a realtor and still be able to live in this area, that was a dream come true beyond my wildest imagination. There was just something about the lake that kept us wanting to stay here and live here and establish ourselves here, and not only have a business but also raise our family here. 1977 is when we bought the marina, and I got my license in 1979. So it's been a long time. It's been a great run. The two businesses really complemented each other. People would come to us. They were looking to us. They trusted us to help them find the right home. They trusted us to help them find the right boat. And then it went a little bit even beyond that. They needed to know, where's a good place to shop? Who's a good plumber? Each and every time you'd meet someone new, reputation basically is put on the line to take care of those people. And that's what we wanted to do. Look at each one of your clients and try to work with them as they want to be worked with. That's the platinum rule. We all know what the golden rule is. You want to be treated as you want to be treated, but the platinum rule is you treat others the way they want to be treated. And that was really important for us.
We probably looked at 100 condos down here, and Jane was so patient and took us around to all that and explained everything we would need to do and go through. And it's been a 23-year relationship that turned into a great friendship. And so when we got ready to sell here about 3 months ago or 4 months ago, there was just no question where we were going to go.
I am so blessed to be able to have the kind of support that I have with this team. The best thing that I can do is be face-to-face with my clients. And without the kind of support that I get from the team, that wouldn't be possible. There are so many details involved in purchasing or selling a piece of property at the Lake of the Ozarks that we have, each one of our team members is actually specialized and able to gather the type of information that needs to be brought forward so that our buyers understand exactly what it is they're buying, and that our sellers have also covered all of the points that need to be covered with regards to selling their property. Honesty and integrity, they're the cornerstones of our business, and we have to keep that foremost in our minds at all times.
Jane and her team sold 2 houses for me and found me 2 houses. And in every situation or every instance, they all went overboard and made the whole process very simple.
There are a lot more challenges today in both buying property and selling property at the Lake of the Ozarks. Our buyers are having some challenges, yes, with regards to financing and down payment, and a lot of the rules are changing as we go along, and they're continuing to get more and more stringent. Our sellers are finding themselves faced every day with new issues, whether it's with regards to septic tanks or dock permits. We have found that just in the dock alone, we can spend several hours. Just, is the dock permit for that dock that's there, does it have the appropriate electrical? There's just so many details that need to be addressed, and we can help them through those, what could potentially be stumbling blocks that would keep them from achieving their goal.
We didn't know the dock did not have a permit, and it had never been permitted. So she had to go through all the initial work to get it permitted for us. Showed up one evening, I was having dinner and looked out, and here's Randy and Jane on my seawall measuring docks, measuring the distance with a rangefinder across the cove. She did all the paperwork for both the dock and the seawall, and everything was done. It was so simple, it was ridiculous.
The kinds of things that point to value at the lake are so different than what you might experience in the city. We track statistics and trends, and we really look hard at what direction is the lake going and how does that relate to your property. Rarely does someone come to me and say, I need a home in a certain school district. But the things that point to value at the lake could be your view, could be the slope of your lot, could be the age, could be condition. There's so many different things that I'm going to want to look at and help you determine how does that relate to your property and how does that relate to the potential value that a buyer would put on your property.
In the first instance, she sold a house for us, and I had a friend with me at the time who had had some strokes, and the second house we were looking for had to be on a flat piece of property, no stairways, things like that. She instantly took us, and she knew what kind of a driveway I would accept. Instead of dropping off of a cliff, it had to be a pretty flat driveway, and I ended up buying a house that's probably on one of the flattest lots at the lake in Cayman Beach subdivision, and it was a spectacular place, and it was the best house I've probably ever owned.
Before a buyer goes out to look at property, they are counseled. And the first thing that we do is work with them and work with our lender to be sure that we are showing them the appropriate homes. We don't want to show them homes that are way over their budget. That's not going to do any good for anybody. So definitely we're going to spend some time with these folks and make sure that they're qualified before we put them in the car and start showing them a bunch of inappropriate homes. We deal a lot with reality of where the market is today, and there are a lot of people out there that have had a lot of challenges, especially in the last few years.
Being self-employed, we had trouble finding a lender, and Team Jan Kelly put us in touch with some lenders that they used in the past, and Wells Fargo ended up coming up with a good deal for us and was able to put us in this house.
There are a lot of people out there that have had a lot of challenges, especially in the last few years. We've identified some of the key factors of what needs to be done in order to help that property sell faster and to sell for the most money it possibly can. And everybody has their own set of circumstances. We're here to help our clients no matter what their situation is. Your listening skills have to be really, really sharp in this business. It's interesting when you're working with someone, they might tell you what they want and you might show them what they're telling you that they want, but yet they come do a complete turnaround and end up in the opposite of what they told you. We had the experience recently of working with a client looking for a home on the water who ended up buying a condominium. After they saw what was available, then the condominium really suited their lifestyle and their pocketbook a lot better. It didn't matter, you know, we wanted them to find what they wanted.
We needed Team Jan Kelly to give us advice. We looked all over at different properties on the water, second tier, third tier. Then came up with a house that we really wanted after looking at probably a dozen homes. And in fact, there's a house that we were interested in, but it wasn't on the market yet, and went to Team Jan Kelly, and they were able to get a hold of the owner and get us in to look at it.
At Team Jan Kelly, we realized that not every home sells quickly and not every home sells for the price that maybe the seller would like to see it sell. We're here to help our clients no matter what their situation is, and we're going to help them achieve their goals if we possibly can. I am passionate about this business, and it's not about selling homes. It's about helping people achieve their dreams, and it doesn't matter if it's a $50,000 condo or $1 million home. It's about helping those families get what they're looking for and achieve their dreams. We know that they're building memories that you'll never be able to take away from them, and there's nothing quite as satisfying as that.